up, loves? Welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Tiffany T, the Lux Realtor. If you're new here, welcome. In today's video, you guys have saw the title, you saw my thumbnail, and I am going to be talking to you guys about 19 different ways that you can be in real estate. I know so many people who get started in the real estate career because they feel like they love real estate, they love houses, and they start trying to be a realtor and realize, oh my God, this part is not for me. So I just want to bring some light into the fact that realtor is not the only way that you can be involved in real estate. Although as a realtor, I think it's the best thing ever, but everybody's not wired for that. Some of us are really wired to do the work that may support a realtor or the work that may support a buyer client or a seller client. So let's get right into these 19 ways. So obviously way number one is to be a realtor. So as a realtor, we have the esteemed pleasure of helping buyers and sellers purchase property. So whether that is purchase and sell property. So whether that is their primary home, a secondary home, whether we're helping investors buy multiple properties, multifamily, commercial deals, that is way number one that you can be involved in real estate, just changing home ownership, educating individuals on things that they just don't know or may not be privy to. As a realtor, we are actually a part of the real estate association on a local, state, and a national level. So we have access to certain information. We have access to MLS. We have access to our boards that really allow us to be aware again of things that are going on and be able to share that with potential buyers and sellers. So way number two is going to kind of be, I don't want to say a step up as if they're better, but it is just another opportunity to that realtor space. And that is actually being a broker. So a broker just pretty much has the same experience of a realtor, but they then have a more extensive training to be able to become a broker in their local area. And another thing about brokers is that brokers are the ones that are able to open up the brokerages that allows realtors to run. So now as a broker, you kind of go to a different level of a business because you're not just helping buyers and sellers, but now you're also helping other realtors. You're helping these realtors to build their business and to go to the next level in their career. And financially, you are benefited from that opportunity. So way number three that you can be in real estate, and this one is a really big one, you guys, and that is being a showing agent. Again, you can be support to that very, very busy agent where you feel like I'm really not into the, trying to do the lead generation and trying to pay for this and pay for that, but I love the idea of real estate. So you can get your real estate license, still be considered a real estate agent, and now you can partner with a successful realtor or broker and be their showing agent. So you still have access to go into these beautiful homes, to go into these different communities, but now you're just there to show the property and again, make money from it. I hired showing agents. I think last year was my full year where I wasn't showing property. I was paying showing agents, and there was nothing more satisfying than being able to pay someone to go and show these properties. So I'm telling you, if you really like real estate, maybe you've tried it before and it's like the realtor thing didn't work out for me, but I love the whole home aspect of it all. Showing agent may be such a great opportunity for you to look into to still be involved in real estate and still make the money. Way number four is going to be a transaction coordinator. Hear me when I tell you, realtors and brokers need you. If you are someone who's good in the background, you're good with paperwork, you're detail oriented, you're pretty timely, you're great with your communication, transaction coordinators are needed, y'all, on every transaction. A lot of realtors are pretty much, doing them on their own. We obviously have to draw up our offers, but when it comes to uploading documents and maybe sending documents between a title company or a lender and, realtor to realtor, that transaction coordinator truly plays a huge part, and you can get hundreds of dollars on each transaction. And just think about it. If you were the transaction coordinator for, let's say, 5 to 10 realtors, and they're all closing between 10 to 20 properties, and you're making between 200 and 300, it's different prices, that they charge, but that's a great amount of money to be handling documents if that's something that you are good at. So I promise you, if you've never looked into it, never thought about it, transaction coordinator is definitely a great opportunity to work in the real estate field. And I will say this, if you are a realtor who's trying to build your business, you're trying to pick your business up, you're trying to do this thing full time, some of the things that I'm sharing with you can also supplement for your real estate or your, you building your career as a realtor. And you can also offer one of these opportunities within the same space. So number 5 is going to be an appraiser. Every deal needs an appraiser. I'm going to just say it like that. Every deal needs an appraiser. So if you're looking to be busy in real estate and maybe, again, realtor is not for you, you're not necessarily, wanting to sit and do documents and paperwork. Now, as an appraiser, there is paperwork involved, but you're not trying to do it on the transaction coordinator scale. You still, again, want to be able to get into these homes. You want to see these homes and you want to utilize your skills. Appraiser is going to be a great way to do that. Now, there is obviously, you have to go through training. You have to be, you have to work under another appraiser. But what business do you not, have to have some type of training or some type of experience? But I'm telling you, appraiser is one of those spaces that, again, every transaction needs an appraiser. Not every agent would use a transaction coordinator, right? You got to sell yourself. You got to find those agents who are looking for that. But an appraiser, every deal needs one. So if you've been trying to figure out how to get into real estate, appraiser may be a great opportunity for you to look into. All right. And the next thing is going to be inspector. Now, I will say this. I think every deal should have an inspector, but clients are, able to opt in and out of inspection. Sometimes investors will not necessarily hire an inspector because they may have someone on their team who's just a contractor who goes through the property. But I'm going to tell you, if I had to guess, I don't know statistics or anything like that, about 80 to 85% of transactions, and maybe more, is utilizing an inspector. I know for me, every buyer that comes through, me, and really my team, we encourage inspection. So an inspector, again, is another great way, kind of similar to an appraiser, to really be involved in the real estate business. Again, there is training to do that. You can work under someone until if you eventually want to start your own inspection business. But again, inspectors make really great money, and it is a great way, again, for you to get into those houses where you normally would not have been able to do so because you don't have the clients, but you would be partnering up with those agents. And I'm telling you, my inspector that I have 2 main ones that I work in between, but the one guy, I have been using him for over 5 years. Every client has used him. He's extremely exceptional, and I've referred him out to so many of my partners that also use him all the time. So I'm telling you, if you want to get involved, start building those relationships and people are going to refer you. But again, the next way after that appraiser that I would suggest to get involved in the real estate business is going to be an inspector. Way number 7, and I actually know a ton of people who were realtors and either they wanted to retire out of the whole realtor game, or they just decided, I don't like being a realtor as much, but I still want to be involved. And that is through title. Working at a title company. Now, I will say this, working at a title company won't necessarily still offer the opportunity for you to go into the homes as much, but you're still able to really be involved in the title or in the real estate process. So title is really, I want to say it's where the deals end, but it's also where they start, in a sense of title is looking up just the history on the property, liens, back taxes, and all of those type of things. So they're kind of like at the beginning and at the end of the process. So title is absolutely heavily involved in real estate deals. Realtors have to build relationships all the time. I know for me, I do have a title company that I love. I work with them all the time, but I love to meet other individuals at title companies because you never know what could happen. I am a huge advocate on having multiple relationships in those multiple spaces. So again, if you're looking for a great way, and if you like people, right? You want to be able to meet a ton of different people. Maybe you're not in a ton of houses, but you're going to be meeting a ton of people. You're the one who's helping them sign that dotted line on becoming a homeowner or being able to sell that home. So being a title person is absolutely exceptional, and that is something that I definitely encourage you to look into if you want to be in the real estate business. So way number 8 to be involved in real estate is going to be a lender or a mortgage broker. Y'all, we need our lenders. And I'm going to be honest with y'all, we need good ones. Okay, so this is definitely a space to look into. Obviously, that lender is the person who gets those buyers pre-approved. They're the ones that, you're kind of first. As a realtor, we encourage our clients that are ready to look, you got to talk to a lender first. We need to know what you're approved for. And those buyers are first-time home buyers. I mean, obviously second and third time who may use lenders as well, but I'm kind of speaking to just having that relationship for those first-time home buyers. We look heavily to the lenders to help. We look heavily to the lenders to have the education to really give a great idea and a picture on that client's finances so that we can do the best that we can do to help them out. So again, if you're looking for a way to get into the business, again, as a lender, you're not going to be going into all the properties, but you are going to be able to meet such a great vast of different and a diverse amount of people, different backgrounds, different personalities, different jobs, just a ton of different things that comes with being a lender when it comes to working with those buyers. And also you're going to have to build great relationships with realtors, but who wouldn't want to, right? You would work with me, right? All right, y'all. So way number 9, and this is a little different. This is something that I looked into, and I'm going to be honest, it was something that I did not feel was good for me. But I know people who have done it and are doing it and are killing the game. And that is through wholesale. Wholesale is basically an opportunity where you can get properties under contract and you then sell those contracts to other investors. So you will, likely be involved in the properties. Again, as a wholesaler, though, you don't necessarily have to go to the properties, but you're kind of like a middleman to the contract. So you will have relationships with investors. You'll have relationship with realtors. There's a lot of boots on the ground. So if you're a person who likes the action, you're a person who likes the work, and again, you don't mind meeting people, working with people, learning contracts and understanding contracts, and you want to really be your own boss, wholesaling may be something for you to look into to be in the real estate business. All right, so ways number 10 and 11 is going to be an investor. Now, there are so many different ways to invest and different things that you can invest in, but I'm pretty much going to talk about 2 of the, I would say, most popular, and that is going to be an investor who flips properties, meaning you buy the property, you fix the property up, and then you put it back on the market to sell. And then you also buy and hold. And so that is where you buy the property, you fix it up, or it may already be fixed or already have someone in it. And then you get a tenant in there. So now you're making passive income. So again, I know some people who become realtors because they want to be an investor. So they come in to just learn the business. They may work with clients, or they come in so that they can work their own deals and they get rid of that middleman. So an investor is such a great way as well to get involved with real estate. And I'll be honest, sometimes it's good to start as a realtor because that's going to bring in commission because you need money to invest, right? You can start investing or become a realtor and it's more of a low cost, but to invest as an investor, you're going to need some money. Or if you don't have the cash, you're going to need credit so that you can get, the loan, the hard money, or you're going to need a partner that does have the money. So being an investor is an amazing opportunity long term. I am in the process now of becoming an investor. I've been a realtor for years. I'm super excited to continue to do that in the luxury space, but now I'm opening myself up to being an investor. I feel like my experience as well as my financial status is positioning me a little bit better to be an investor. But I absolutely would say if you want to be in the real estate space and you're looking for a way to do that, an investor that either fixes and flips or buy and hold is such a great way to do it. And way number 12, I think we're on 12, y'all. And this is, you would still go through the classes, right? You still have to go through your real estate salesperson's classes and take the state exam and pass, but you don't have to be a realtor where, again, that is your full-time business. You can actually become a referral agent. In order for agents to actually have a signed referral agreement and pay you for any referrals. You do have to be a real estate agent, but you can be a referral agent. I literally know a lady who made $30,000 one year just referring clients. So she didn't do any showings, no contracts, no negotiating, no offers. She didn't have to worry about anything like that. She just referred clients to agents and made $30,000. That is amazing. Now, again, of course, you've got to build relationships. Somehow clients have to be contacting you, but you could just put yourself out there on social media to family and friends, at your church, at your organizations you work in. They can contact you and then you refer them to the other realtor. So again, if you're someone who's like, I want to benefit financially because I know real estate is a forever business, but I don't necessarily want to be a realtor with the boots on the ground, a referral agent would be such a great opportunity to look into. So number 13, this is going to be property management. So again, I've talked quite a bit about investors, and I'm going to tell you guys the truth. Depending on where they are, the number of doors, or even their personality, right? You may have some people who's like, oh, if I got 1 or 2 properties, I can probably manage that. And then once I get to 5 or more, then I'm going to move on to a property management company. Or you may have some people that are like, I don't want to manage none of it. I just want the passive income flowing. Or I have a friend who she's like, I've had property in the past, and if I do it again, I'm going to get a property manager because I'm too emotionally involved, right? And so a property manager is so needed for investors who, again, don't want to manage the properties, but they have the properties and they need someone to take care of them. Now, you want to be careful when you talk about property management because there are state laws that are involved. So you want to make sure you know and you understand the state laws to be a part of or start a property management company. But again, like I just said, you can also be a part of a property management company. You don't necessarily have to open or own it yourself. But again, if you want to be involved in the real estate space, property management is such a great way. It is so needed. I have business partners that have their own property management companies. Again, with the future of investment with myself, I plan to open up a property management company as well. So that's another great thing to look into to get involved in real estate. So way number 14 and 15 is going to be Airbnb and vacation homes, y'all. I don't know what it is because I'm going to be honest. And that's why I'm sharing these with you guys, because as amazing as all of it is, everybody's not going to be able to do all of it. But your personality, your funds, and your time may allow you to do 1 to 2 or 3 or 4 of these things. I absolutely love Airbnb, but I just don't see myself actually doing Airbnb. I don't know why, but I don't. But I love Airbnb. I love the concept of Airbnb. I know people who have Airbnbs, and I am telling you guys, it is so amazing. So obviously, for those who don't know, I don't want to assume anybody's under a rock and don't know what Airbnb is, but for the sake of the video, Airbnb is just an opportunity where you own, or you maybe even lease, but you got to make sure you can actually do Airbnb, an apartment or a condo or a house, and you set that space up and you rent that space out to individuals. Vacation homes are pretty similar, but sometimes vacations may be a little bit longer. So maybe you rent out something for 3 months, or you rent out something for 6 months. Sometimes people will do that in an Airbnb as well, but I more so see Airbnb as short-term stays, and then vacation homes as just a little longer stay. So that's really the only difference, and that's my own definition, right? I may be wrong. They may be interchangeable, same thing. But again, Airbnb is such a great way to be involved in the real estate business and not have to necessarily be a realtor. Now, same thing like the investing though, you've got to have money to get that started. So like I said, you may come in, let's say you work at a property management company to get your feet wet and get yourself started, and you can be stacking money on the side because you want to open up Airbnbs. So can y'all see how this can work all together, how you can find yourself in the real estate space if that is a dream of yours, and it doesn't have to only be through being a realtor. Or again, if you've tried being a realtor and you're like, that is not for me, there's so many other ways for you to do it. Airbnb and vacation home is also such a great way to be involved in the real estate space. Okay, y'all, so way number 16 is going to be a developer. Somebody's got to be building these houses, right? Somebody has to be building these buildings, and that is what the developers do. They build the homes, they develop the homes. Obviously, being a builder, y'all, you got to go through school. Okay. You got to know what you're doing. You got to have your licenses and things like that. But if that's something that you love new builds, you love seeing that, it may not just stop at, again, you being a realtor that's helping them to get it. I actually have builders and developers that are on my team, you guys. One of them are right now in the process of helping develop an entire community. You would be helping communities so much if that was a space that you got into. So of course, do your research. There's going to be relationships required, connections, knowledge, skill, training, and money. But that is such a great career, and it would be so long lasting. Like, I want you guys to understand, let's say you see communities and it's like, it's a ton of houses. There's no land left in that space. It's still a ton of land, but there's no land left in that space. You have no idea how many properties are tear downs right now. So you would have to completely redevelop, right? It's not even just developing from scratch. Some stuff is a redevelopment opportunity. So there's still so much opportunity, and it's going to be so much opportunity for years to come. So if you're good with your hands, if you're a vision person, you can see something from nothing, development may be a great opportunity for you to look into to get involved in that real estate space. Okay, y'all, so we are winding this thing down. Way number 17 and 18 to be involved in real estate, and I love this, is going to be a stager or interior designer. Y'all, can y'all see the house? Y'all see it? It's beautiful. I love it. Staging and interior design is everything. It is everything. And so the difference, obviously a stager is obviously just going to be setting up a property for visual. I mean, I don't know if you guys have seen, there was a video that kind of went viral on Instagram where the girl put together 2 tables and created a bed, right? That ain't interior design. Ain't nobody sleeping on that. That was just for showing the property. So that's what stagers do. Interior designers actually come in, or, interior decorators come in, and this is what's going to actually be in the home itself. So you're usually working with a buyer who've purchased their home, and they're looking for someone to come in and help them to decorate what they're going to enjoy. A stager is just doing it for the sake of photos, the sake of selling, the sake of visual. But I'm telling you, if you find yourself creative, if you're great with decor, staging and interior design would be something to look into. I actually have a certificate. I went to online college just to get certified in interior decorating. So I am certified in doing that. It's something that I love. Not sure if I'm going to pick it up in the future or not. I'm sure it's something that I can do for my own properties. Not sure if I'm going to do it for clients or not, but I'm telling you, it is needed. It is huge, and it is amazing to be able to get into. Way number 19 that I want to share, maybe I should have did this at the beginning, it's not that fun, but I'm telling you, it is huge, it is needed, and you will have business, and that is a cleaning business. Actually being able to clean properties. And this is something that is needed from just multiple standpoints, right? Commercial buildings that need to be cleaned just because because businesses are there. Residential properties that need to be cleaned because someone is trying to sell, or residential properties where people just live in them and they just need someone to help clean their home. I'm telling you, and the thing about me is I'm a cleaner. I like cleaning. I clean my home, day to day, and then I clean it a little more in depth on Saturdays, but I still feel like I would like somebody else to come and clean my home. So I'm telling you, that too is a great way. I think the entry into that type of business is not extremely expensive. But again, as I was telling you guys before, you can be a realtor and have a cleaning business, right? You can be a stager and have a cleaning business. That would just go so great and so hand in hand. So guys, listen, my purpose of this video, again, was to a couple of things. One, if you've tried real estate as a realtor and it didn't work, you don't have to be done with the business completely. If you're thinking about real estate and you're trying to see what works best for me, I just gave you a ton of options. Or if you have an end goal of investment or Airbnb or owning commercial property, maybe you come into one of the less costly ways to get into real estate and start to stack money from there for your end goal. Or you can work more than one of these at once. I really hope that that video did for you what my goal was for it to do for you. I love you guys. If you enjoyed that, I need you to like. You got to comment. Tell me what you do. What in that space, in those 19 things that I shared, what do you already do? What are some of the ones that you're thinking about? What are some that you're like, Tiff, that is literally on my vision board for the future? Let me know if y'all like this video, and of course, subscribe to my community. I love you, and I'll see you in the next video.